up, nerds and nerdettes, and we little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big John and G, the Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Tabletop Takeout Tuesday. Thank you so much for deciding to spend a little bit of your time here with us at Two Gun Pixie. So today I want to talk about a game that took me by surprise. It had been out for a few years. I hadn't really heard about it though. So when I discovered that there's a DM-less style D&D box game that can be soloed. In fact, a lot of people have told me that it was actually best soloed, although groups have a lot of fun in it too. Well, I had to try the game, and after just a couple of games in, I realized how much I enjoyed this game, and I knew I wanted to spend a couple of minutes telling all of you exactly why I thought Legacy of Dragonholt was a good game. I'll see you down the table. Legacy of Dragonholt. I was initially drawn to this game for so many reasons. The Dungeons & Dragons feel to it, the endless quest book feel to it, and the fact that it's not just a solo game, it can be played with multiple players. And when you do solo it, you don't necessarily have to use multiple characters. I started the game with multiple, but then when I realized that, I did try to pare it down a little bit. I had a little bit more fun running the fewer characters than I did with the many because it was less to keep track of. But it wasn't overbearing to run as many as I did initially. I find that highly enjoyable. I'm also a sucker for stuff in a game. I like there to be things in there, not just the board or pawns, meeples, chits, cards. That's all standard. That's what we expect. But I mean extra stuff. Handouts. Things that help immerse you in the game. And this did have them. From a player's map that was literally given to you by someone in the game, and therefore thematically looks that way. Sealed, handwritten letters. These things add to the quality of the game. It accentuates parts of it to the point where it's burned in your memory even more because it raises that level of suspension of disbelief. Even if it's just a little, it does its job. Although this is a board game, it does have RPG feels such as character creation in this game. And I enjoyed it. I found the character creation to be very simple. It was very straightforward, and that made me enjoy it even more. The character types were typical, yet some nice little twists on them. So yes, there are dwarves and elves, but they did have their own in-world twists, so to speak. And the more players you play with, the more characters in the party, that is, the more diverse field of skills that you're going to get, because this game is very skill-based run, which is something else I enjoyed. The artwork definitely felt ripped right from an 80s Dungeons & Dragons novel or book. And I appreciated that, not only because it is fine artwork, it's genuinely beautiful artwork to look at, but it paid that homage, harkened back, and put my mind, even if it was just subconsciously to a degree, in the same setting, the same mindset that I had back then, playing through those old D&D games. And that meant a lot to me. Now with this game, although there are some great action scenes in there, and because it is an extremely bulked up, endless quest style book, there are multiple choices, so you're not feeling railroaded most of the time. But it really is all about the story. How the story is unfolding, how you are experiencing this story. Of course, although it does a pretty good job at not making you feel railroaded, this is a sort of real life situation in the sense that there's a real life going on in the world around the characters. And people are doing things, and because of that, at certain times, they may be at certain places. And that was a nice little touch to go that extra mile, I thought. It's not just like static NPC characters idly always waiting in the same spot for the character to encounter them. Different things you do during the game, as well as different times that you may go see them, or after certain events, will change what the same character may say or do when you encounter them. And that's pretty damn cool. Yeah, this is a perfect one-player game, although at the same time you can play with multiple players and have just as good a time as you would otherwise. So that's another thing that I really found enjoyable about this game. To the point where I would like to see this engine, this style, this mechanic of playing sort of take on other skins. You know, I'd like to see a sci-fi Star Frontiers style adventure, or maybe a post-apocalyptic mutant Gamma World style. You know, and an Old West one would be very interesting too. Very deadly. Think about how deadly the Old West is, right? Especially the lack of modern day medical knowledge, skills, techniques, and equipment. But yes, this can work for any style of game system quite perfectly and give you the same level of enjoyment. And that's the way I would like to see them make expansions, standalones for this. But if you're looking for a really fun D&D style adventure that you can run alone or with a group without a DM, yeah, check out Legacy of Dragonholt. I think you're going to like it.